I will share with you now how to delegate your tasks to a graphic VA so that you will be guided on what to share with them for a more harmonious and efficient working relationship. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristy Yoder, host of the Master Delegator Podcast. The Master Delegator Podcast is for busy and overwhelmed entrepreneurs who want to learn how to become effective in the area of delegation and learn how to hire great virtual assistants to help them scale their business and have more time and freedom. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Alright, let's get started. So, let's talk about delegating to a graphic virtual assistant. Most often than not, first impressions really do leave a mark, especially when we're talking about visual content. That's why there's a need for brands to hire someone who can create visual materials for them. Graphic VAs play a crucial role in your business because they help ensure that branding will be consistent all throughout your brand. They also are considered to be the creative gatekeepers across your different social media channels to ensure that consistency is present and that they are able to visually communicate to your target audience. In the previous episode of the Master Delegator Podcast, I have talked about the benefits of having a graphic VA and what can they possibly do for you. In continuation to that discussion, I will share with you now how to delegate your tasks to a graphic VA so that you will be guided on what to share with them for a more harmonious and efficient working relationship. So if you haven't listened to the previous episode yet on what a graphic VA can do for you, I suggest that you listen to that one first so you can easily catch up to today's episode. So, let us start with what your graphics VA needs to know. For starters, you must have to share your company branding with your graphics VA. Your company's branding guidelines should be the first thing that your graphic VA would expect from you, such as your brand book and mandatories for print and digital executions. Your brand book is the brand identity of your company. This sets the overall tone, look, and feel of your brand and how you want to communicate your brand visually to your audience. It gives a sense of personality about your brand. So, generally, a brand book contains the colors, fonts, logo, and visual guide. The colors that are dominantly used in your brand book should be able to tell your graphics VA your primary and secondary color preferences. More so, the brand book should reflect the type of fonts to be used on headlines, as it is usually different when there is a subcopy. I'm sorry I sound gibberish right now, but I couldn't find an easier way to describe what a brand book is. Anyway, your brand book should be able to give your graphics VA guidance on how big the logo should be used when applied on print and digital materials. There should also be a guide if the logo will be placed on a colored background and if the logo itself can change the colors or not. Also, if your company uses actual images or stock photos, there has to be a visual guide for the graphic VA as it will help streamline when your graphics VA searches for images to be used on your materials. So, after providing your graphic VA your brand book or your brand guideline, let's move forward with the types of graphics you can assign to your VA. First on the list of the type of graphics that you can delegate is product design. So, if you have an e-commerce business, this is helpful. If you have a product that needs to be designed, then a good graphic virtual assistant must be able to express it through a prototype. Just make sure that your graphic VA research thoroughly to ensure that there are no copyright issues with products that are in the same identity. The second is branding design. This type of design focuses on the visual identity of a company or product. Usually, how you want your audience to perceive you should be reflected in your marketing strategy. That's why branding is what creates a consumer's perception. Therefore, they should resonate with your market so that you will always be top of mind, and the work produced here can be used as website branding, company documents, brochures, and signages. The third is website design. In designing a website, your graphics VA should be able to have technical skills because they need to have a stronger sense of user experience or UX design. The design should be reflective of the type of branding your business have, so make sure that you take your brand book to heart. Lastly, you can assign your graphics VA tasks on social media design. For your social media profile, it is important to have strong visuals because this reflects your company and your brand. Your graphics VA must be able to create strong visuals that attract your target market. A strong copy and caption should also be accompanied by strong visuals as it is also part of your branding. So you may ask your graphics VA to produce your Facebook cover and profile photos, Twitter cover photo, LinkedIn banners, and social media templates. So the biggest thing really that you need to share with your graphic design VA is your brand book or your brand guidelines. So if you don't have that yet, I suggest taking the time to create a process for you so that you set up your VA for success. So other than that, I want to share some final tips in working with a graphic VA from my personal experiences of hiring one and as someone who runs a virtual assistant company. So one of the most important things to do is to set clear communication and expectation with your newly hired virtual assistant, regardless if it's a graphic or social media VA. Do not forget to reiterate that proper communication should be exercised as it is crucial in making a project work. Then choose a communication tool or platform that both you and your graphics VA agree to use. And make sure that groups are set accordingly so that everyone involved in the project will be able to easily stay in touch. This next one might typically be overlooked, but always create an SOP so that you can easily assign a task to somebody else when your graphic VA or any of your virtual assistant is out sick. It is also important to use a task management tool with your virtual assistant. However, you have to guarantee that the task management app has clear and organized action items as it assures that everyone in the project is aligned on the status of the project. Speaking of project management tool, at Smart VAs, we use Teamwork to manage all our agency's tasks and client projects. I personally believe this is the best tool if you have a lot of tasks to delegate to your team and if you want your clients to have visibility on the tasks as well. You can easily manage and track your team members' tasks, and also you can track the time spent on each task. So if you are an agency owner, this is the best platform for you to use. They offer a free plan for 5 users. So if you want to check them out, click the link in the show notes. Alright, going back, in addition to what I have mentioned earlier, I cannot stress this enough. Be clear as to what time you want your VA to work for you and what is your expected hours for your VA to work. So be clear that if they are needed in meetings, they should be present and on time. And if they have other clients to work on, remind them to do the task outside the hours of your agreed time. Also, since graphic work is very important, discuss among yourselves a plan B, just in case there are power or internet interruptions in the duration of them working on the project. Emphasize that they need to communicate those kinds of things with you so you can provide additional support to them. And last but definitely not least, share your company culture once your VA is hired. It is important that they understand the values of the people they will work alongside, so they also know how to work well with the team assigned to them. It's also important that you encourage them that your company thrives in positivity, therefore negativity will not be tolerated. So If you learned something from this episode, please share this with your entrepreneur friends on social media so they can also have freedom and flexibility while running a growing business. Please also don't forget to leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. Your feedback will inspire me to continue making content like this and help me improve this podcast show for you. So that is all for today's episode of the Master Delegator Podcast. I hope you learned a thing or two on how to delegate to a graphic VA, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to listen to the full episode, please type in Master Delegator on Spotify, iTunes, and other podcast channels, or simply click the link in the description box below. Also, please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you again on the next episode. Bye!